And this is why I absolutely love tracks. Go on. Hello everyone, I'm Lila Tracy. There's the chick from Toucan Hobby, and right here I've got the T14R tracked dump truck, and of course it is hydraulic, and I need you guys to know everything about this one so you can get it for yourself next time. Let's jump into it. Now let's take a look at the exterior details and features of our Toucan T14R tracked dump truck. So starting from the cabin over here, this entire cabin base is actually a steel cabin, so it's metal, but on the top we do have this guard, which is going to be a 3D printed part. Coming down to the side mirror over here, also a 3D printed decorative part. However, for the sides and the door, of course, it's going to be an openable door, full metal, and then you can just open it up. So you can easily open up the doors, and you can see there's a little bit of copper parts that hold everything together. On the inside, we do have a steel metal plate on the floor over here, and then all the other decorative parts of the cabin are going to be 3D printed as well. On the front over here, we do have a mobile windshield wiper, which is a metal part. And of course, we do have some headlights still over here, as well as some rotating warning lights on the top with two different colors, just like the real thing. Now, the mirror on the side over here, this is going to be a metal one. Although this one is 3D printed, this is going to be metal. And this entire part is from a metal steel plate, which is bended, screwed in, and also welded. So this entire thing is going to come off as one thing once you unscrew to check out all the electronics on the inside. So all of this entire yellow part and the black parts, all steel metal plates. Now over here we do have this part. It's a decorative part, which is 3D printed, and as well as our smoke exhaust pipe over here, 3D printed as well. And now on the top over here, this is also going to be your battery compartment. All you have to do is open it up that way. There is a magnet right over here, so it's a magnetic locking mechanism. On the inside, you can see the plug is going to be an XT60 plug, and this is the original battery that it comes with. It's a 2S 7.4V 3000 milliamp LiPo battery. Now on the inside, you can also see we have our FlySky 12-channel receiver. That's because this has been upgraded by Toucan Hobby from its original controller to the ST8 controller. Now coming over to this side, you can easily open the doors simply by doing that, or I prefer just going over on the inside, opening it up. So over here we'll find our power switch. So this is the main power switch. Now this is going to be a 3-in-1 ESC control board. So there's 3 ESCs on this one. The left drive ESC for the track, and the right for the track, and also finally that's going to be this ESC for the pump. Now coming over here down to the tracks, so these are going to be nylon tracks with holes on the center of each track. So we have these holes because the sprockets over here needs to be able to connect through to prevent it from coming off whenever it's in weird terrain or anything. So it's going to be staying put, and of course they're super soft, so going up and down any mountains or whatever, it's just going to work as nimble as any other real one. So it's a pretty good model of the real one. So on the top, we do have the top rollers. So all this is going to be full metal parts. All the rollers that you see, including the final drive over here. So for our final drive, we have a brushless motor on the inside, and this gray part, this is going to be a plastic part that's protecting the actual drive. So all these gray parts are plastic parts, but on the inside, all of it is going to be full metal parts. So all the rollers you can hear are going to be CNC alloy parts, but this part, of course, is going to be covered up because it's a plastic part. Now coming over to the bottom over here, this part has bearings on the inside that allows you to be able to move these rollers like that. That is super cool. And of course, coming over to this side, you can see this part as well moves. That's because in this cylinder, there are steel parts inside. So there is a spring that retracts whenever you move these parts. So this is going to make you move on really weird parts, rocks and everything, and it's going to be super easy. Just look at that. Now coming over to the back, we have a dump bed over here that once you lift it, we can see all the parts that we need. So this is going to be full metal steel plate dump bed, of course, screwed in as well as welded. So coming over here, show you guys, this is our rotation servo. So it's a 25 kg servo. That's only for rotation. And this is the electric slip ring with wires connecting to our drive motors. Now let's take a look at our chassis over here. So this is going to be a full steel metal plate chassis, and of course these parts are going to be some steel metal bars that we have over here, and of course you can look through there, that's going to be our slip ring that has our 2 wires that are connected to our final drives over here. Both are brushless, of course. So this entire part very much metal, although we do have, of course, our nylon tracks over here. Now on the top over here, you can see this is going to be the bolt, a nut that you have to just unscrew in order to get the entire part of the top. So that's going to be the cabin and all the metal parts on the top to be able to see what's inside, all the electronics, and I'll show you guys later. So once we unscrew the bottom and take it off of the top, so we do have a connection here that supplies power to the LEDs over here as well as here. So over here we do have our hydraulic oil tank. You just need to unscrew this part to add the hydraulic oil. You can see the level over here. So this is just about enough that you need. Right here is the pressure adjustment valve for the pump, and this is of course our hydraulic oil pump. We do have our speaker over here as well. So most of the electronics, I've already told you guys what these other ones are. All right, now we have our ST8 controller over here. Turn it on. So I already have the battery connected, of course XT60 plug, original battery. So we can just turn that, close that, and then here, this is the power switch. So to turn it on, just flip it to the other side. And now first things first, on how to control SWA is going to be for our headlights and of course the 2 warning lights on the top. So you only get on and off, no other modes. So you're going to be able to do this as well on the back. Let me show you guys. So over here we have the same, so off, on, off, on. And now for the sound system, SWB. So on the top, that's going to be our beeping sound, and then down center, that's going to be our engine sound. So you can also use the button on the back for the same beeping sound. And now for a 3-in-1 ESC control board. So you can see when I drive forward, we get the blue, green, and then when I drive back, we get the green, blue. But then we can also do independently. So when I go, I'm trying to turn to my right, we get blue. Try to turn to my left independently. Let's try it. That's going to be green. That's because each ESC controls each different track. Oh, it's kind of, you have to be very diagonal to be able to get them to move only one by one. But however, pretty easy to just move them both at the same time. And of course we have rotation. And we can move and rotate at the same time. Isn't that just great? Look at that. Whoa. And then for the dumper, I'll show you guys, because the pump also has this light at the end for the dumper. So green for dumping and blue for coming back down. So I wanted to show you guys this part. So we have our 2 hydraulic cylinders over here that control our dumper. So they're pretty large cylinders. And of course we only have 1 line for the hydraulic oil that leads to and from for these cylinders. Now of course we have a lot of power over here. Let me try to see if I can stop it. Okay, but I don't have enough power, but I'm gonna lean into it. Literally so powerful. I don't know how many pounds you'd be able to lift with this, but there's a lot of weight, especially for the space it's got. Pretty sure you can lift huge rocks in this one and it would not, have any issues. And the best part is it can go in water. Of course, it's designed to be that way, so you guys should definitely check this one out. Well, just look at how easily it goes off of that. No problem whatsoever. Okay, let's try. Come on. Whoa. Go on. Ah! I turned. Now, if you do not have enough space like we have here, you can simply just rotate. And this is why I absolutely love Trax dampers with 360-degree rotation. How cool is that? And we can easily just rotate back if you need to go straight again. Reversing. Pretty easy. All right, everyone. Now that was our T14R True Plant truck, of course, with the tracks. So it is quite an amazing model, and you definitely need it in your collection. Well built, super durable, easy to move around, and waterproof. What else do you need in your life apart from this awesome dump truck? So you guys should contact me if you want to get this for yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.